Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Kelvin here, and in this video I'll be talking about some of the best resources to learn about web development online. Before we get into that, let's talk about something that is not talked about often, which is the different kinds of learners. So I'll be using the VARK model, which is for visual, auditory, reading and writing, and kinesthetic learners. So I'll go over each of them one after the other. First, we start with visual. Visual learners, as the name implies, learn best when the information is presented visually. So this could be charts, maps, diagrams, and things like that. Visual learning doesn't include photographs or videos. Instead, this has to do with presenting information visually, whether this is through patterns, shapes, or other visual aids. The auditory learners. These are people that learn better when they hear or listen to information being spoken. They learn best as they talk about a particular topic and walk through it that way, versus some people that first think about it and then talk once they have walked through it in their head. Next is reading and writing. These are learners that prefer to read words on paper, on screen, to learn different concepts. So people like this will usually do better with writing assignments, things like essays and reports. And the last one is kinesthetic learners. They learn best by experience. Basically, you need to present them with some real-world way to recreate the concept you're trying to teach. So whether it's experience, giving them examples, practicing, or simulation, they need a way to connect it to something that is familiar, something that they can see and feel and experiment with. And those are the 4 types of learners according to the VARK model. And why have I gone into so much effort to explain this? It's because knowing your learning style helps you to choose the resources that you can use to learn faster. Some learning patterns don't work for everybody. In fact, there is no learning pattern that works for everybody. So it's best to know what works for you. That takes us into the learning resources. Where do you learn about web development? So I'll start with reading and writing, because I learn best by reading and writing. The very first book I used to learn about HTML and CSS was Head First HTML and CSS by Elisabeth, Robson, and Freeman. It's very different from every other technical book I have read. In fact, the Head First, the publisher, they have several other programming books. They use very nice animations and illustrations, and they have a fancy storyline going on while teaching you programming concepts. So I really liked that book and I would highly recommend it. If you want a more standard technical book that's also easy to follow, HTML and CSS Design and Build Websites by Duckett is a go-to. Once you're done with HTML and CSS and you want to move on to JavaScript, which is the third language of the web, then I would recommend Head First JavaScript programming. If you want more of a text-based course, Free Code Camp is a popular one. They have a couple of courses, I think one on responsive design, which covers HTML and CSS, and they have one on JavaScript patterns. I'll leave links down below. Also, Code Academy is another one if you prefer to learn through reading and writing, but also want a course to follow along. And those are the resources. There are many other ones, of course, but these are some that you can start with. Next, we have visual learners, and I think I'll merge this also with audio learners, because programming is something that it's best to learn and then practice, learn and practice. So I don't know if you can just listen to programming for the first time and get it. But with videos, you can listen as well as see what they are doing. So I'm merging video and audio. For this, well, we have many places. We have Udacity, that will be the first recommendation for me. They have a course on HTML and CSS, as well as a course on responsive design, making your websites mobile friendly, JavaScript patterns, and if you want to have more like a formal degree, they have also that as well. Coursera has a couple of courses on web development. Udemy has courses, a lot of courses as well, cheaper and more affordable than maybe some of these other options. I'll leave links down in the description. For kinesthetic learners, I would say a course, either a reading and writing course or a video based course would be better, because when they tell you, you can also practice. They also give examples as well, so you can choose either reading or writing or video, depending on what works best for you. And that's basically it. Moral of the story is, you need to know what learning style works best for you. It just makes it a lot easier for you to pick up concepts and things you want to learn faster. So if you're new to programming and you want to learn about web development, check out some of the links in the description. If you're interested in learning about front-end development specifically, or you've been doing front-end, you've done the basics and you're looking for what next to do, check out my previous video. There I talk about the front-end developer in 2024 and then some of the areas that you can go into once you're done with the basics. That's all for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.